StraightallDay.com.
Baldwin, DreAllDay.com, WorkOnYourGame.com. Today's daily discipline is about being the calmest person in the room. First person I ever heard talk about this was a coach whose program I was in, a guy named Alex Sharfin. And he always talked about, in his program was all about helping entrepreneurs, CEOs remove all the pressure and noise from their lives. Now, while I have talked about actually you want pressure, we're talking about it from different angles here, but I like Alex Sharpton's principles and what he was about. And one of the things that he talked about was when there's a whole lot of stuff going on in a business, because in businesses usually there's a lot of things going on, and the more successful your business is, there's always something that's not perfect. There's always something that's not quite working, always something quote unquote broken. And there's always going to be something that could stress you out when you're running a company, especially the more successful you become, because there's always more stuff going on. There's more money coming in, more people you got to deal with, your team, your clients, your customers, and everybody else in between. And one of the things that he would always say is that when you have these hectic moments in business, thing that makes you the leader is that you're the calmest person in the room. And this is the point that I want to talk about here today. And I've always believed that to be true. He's the first person I heard articulate it, at least when it referred to running a business, but it applies to all areas, applies in all areas of life. That when things are going haywire, things are going crazy, who's the person in the room who is not going crazy? They're not losing their mind. They are actually pretty calm. And the more crazy things get, actually, the better they do. That's the person who you want to be around. I've heard people talk about this in many aspects. You can think about something like sports. I remember hearing the story of Joe Montana, who's a football quarterback from back in the 80s and the 90s, when his team was down late in the game and they had to score. It's like a minute left in the game and they had to drive the whole length of the field and get a touchdown. Joe Montana would be completely calm, and the team followed his lead, and he won a bunch of Super Bowls as one of the greatest players of all time. There's stories I've heard people talk about Michael Jordan, like when he was playing, that as crazy as things got around him, because there was all these people who just wanted something from him and he couldn't, just live a normal life because everybody wanted something from him. He couldn't even be in public by himself anymore because he would draw mobs of people all the time. But the crazier things got around him, the more calm he became at the exact same time. And again, you read books on personal development, on mindset, on psychology. They all talk about this, that the crazier things get, the more relaxed you become. Robert Greene talks about it in 33 Strategies of War, that amidst the turmoil of events, you must maintain your presence of mind. So this concept is universal. It applies in all different areas of life, and you should adopt it yourself. How do you remain the calmest, most at ease person, even when everything else is going crazy around you and everyone else is going crazy around you and everyone else is panicking and not knowing what to do? The person they're going to follow is the person who is most relaxed, most calm, and seems to have themselves under control. And that you do not need to have a job title for this. You don't need to be somebody on the team in order for this to apply to you. All you have to be is a person who is, again, relaxed, calm, and not losing your mind when everybody else is. This is simply the law of contrast. Crazier everybody else is going, you want to be less crazy. And that law of contrast allows you to stand out, again, regardless of your status heading into it. You become a leader in that point, and if you deliver in that moment, now you'll always be a leader. You have status just because of that. So with that said, make sure you text me so you're getting my daily motivation text that I send out every day. Monday motivation I send out every week. My number is 305-384-6894. It's free to join my text community. We'll tell you your options as soon as you get in by texting me. Secondly, WorkOnYourGameUniversity.com. That's the place where I do all my coaching. If you want to work with me directly or join in my group masterminds, just go to WorkOnYourGameUniversity.com. You can schedule a call with me or somebody on our team, and we'll take it from there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you're notified every time we drop a new video here on this channel. Work on your game. Dre, all